Wow, we are finally on the plane. I am always a little nervous before takeoff. There are so many sounds and things happening.
I understand, David. Flying can be a bit overwhelming if you are not used to it, but we are perfectly safe. Soon we will be in the air.
I know, it is not the flying itself that makes me nervous. It is more about understanding everything. I worry that I will not understand the announcements from the pilot or the flight attendants.
That is a very common concern for language learners. The speakers on the plane are not always clear, and they sometimes speak very quickly.
Exactly. And they use a lot of special vocabulary about flying. What if they say something important and I miss it?
Try not to worry. Most of the announcements are very standard and routine. They say almost the same thing on every flight. After today, you will recognize the patterns.
I hope so. It would make me feel much more relaxed if I knew what to expect.
I can help you with that. The first announcement will probably happen in a few minutes, just before we push back from the gate. Let's listen to it together, and then we can talk about it.
Okay, I think something is about to happen. I heard a small chime sound.
Yes, that sound usually means an announcement is about to start. Let's listen carefully.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 815 with service to London. This is your captain speaking, and on behalf of First Officer Mark Williams and the entire crew, we are delighted to have you with us today. Our flying time will be approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes, and we will be cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet. The weather at our destination is currently sunny, with a temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. The local time is 3:15 p.m. Now we ask for your full attention as the cabin crew demonstrates the safety features of this aircraft. Please ensure your seat belts are securely fastened, your tray tables are stowed, and all electronic devices are switched to airplane mode. We wish you a pleasant flight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey. Okay, it is over.
Yes, that was the captain's welcome announcement. What did you think?
To be honest, I only understood about half of that. He spoke so fast, and the sound quality was not perfect.
That is completely normal, so do not feel bad. Let's break it down together, piece by piece. Once you understand the structure, you will find it much easier to follow next time.
I hope so. I heard good afternoon and welcome, so I know it was a greeting. And I heard London, so I know we are going to the right place.
Well, that is the most important part. You are right. It started with a simple greeting. He said, "Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard." Aboard is just another word for on when you are talking about a ship or a plane.
So, the first part is just a polite welcome from the captain and his team. What was the next part? I heard some numbers.
That was the part with the specific flight details. He said, "Welcome aboard Flight 815 with service to London."
Flight 815. Is that our flight number?
Yes, exactly. Every flight has a unique number. It is the same number that was on your boarding pass. Then he said, "with service to London." That just means the flight is going to London. London is our destination.
Okay, flight number and destination. I understand. Then he said something about the flying time.
That's right. He said, our flying time will be approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes. Flying time is the amount of time we will actually be in the air.
And what does approximately mean?
It means about or around. The time might be a little more or a little less, depending on the wind. It is just an estimate. So, we will be in the air for about 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, I understand the flight time. Then he said another big number, something about altitude.
Yes, he said, we will be cruising at an altitude of 35,000 feet. Altitude is the height of the airplane in the sky.
So that is how high up we will be? 35,000 feet? That sounds very high.
It is very high, but it is a normal and safe height for a commercial airplane. The air is thinner up there, which helps the plane fly faster and use less fuel. Cruising altitude is the height the plane will stay at for most of the journey.
Why do they tell us that information? Is it important for me to know?
It is not essential for you to know, but it is part of their standard procedure. They share this information to be transparent and to make passengers feel informed and safe. It shows they are in control and have a clear plan for the flight.
I see. Then I think he talked about the weather.
You are right. He said, the weather at our destination is currently sunny with a temperature of 22 degrees Celsius. They often tell you the weather in the city you are flying to so you can be prepared when you land.
That is actually very useful information about the weather. After that, I think he started talking about safety.
Correct. That was the transition from the captain's welcome to the official safety briefing. He said, now we ask for your full attention as the cabin crew demonstrates the safety features of this aircraft.
The cabin crew. Are those the flight attendants?
Yes, cabin crew is the official and professional term for the team of flight attendants. He is telling us to stop what we are doing and pay attention to them.
And they are going to demonstrate the safety features. What does that mean?
The safety features are all the things on the plane that keep us safe in an emergency. The flight attendants will show us how to use the seatbelt, what to do if the oxygen masks drop down, and where the emergency exits are.
I have seen that demonstration before. Is it important to watch it every time?
Absolutely. Even if you have flown 100 times, you should always watch. Different types of airplanes have different safety features and different locations for the exits. It is always important to refresh your memory.
Okay, so the captain hands over the announcement to the cabin crew for the safety part. I think before he did that, he gave some instructions.
Yes, he gave 3 clear instructions to prepare the cabin for takeoff. These are very important. The first one was, please ensure your seat belts are securely fastened.
Securely fastened just means to make sure my seatbelt is on and it is tight, right?
Exactly. It needs to be low and tight across your lap. The second instruction was about the tray table.
I did not understand that word. Stowed?
Yes, he said your tray tables are stowed. The tray table is the little table that folds down from the seat in front of you. To stow it means to put it away in its original, upright position. It must be locked and put away during takeoff and landing.
Ah, to stow something means to put it away safely. I will remember that. What was the third instruction?
The third one was all electronic devices are switched to airplane mode. This includes your phone, your tablet, or your laptop. Airplane mode is a special setting that stops the device from sending or receiving signals that could interfere with the plane's navigation systems.
Seatbelt fastened, tray table stowed, and phone in airplane mode. I understand all of those now. I feel much better.
You see, it is all very logical. Every instruction has a clear safety reason. The flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to check that everyone has followed these instructions.
That is good. It makes me feel safer. What about luggage? He did not mention luggage, but I know it is important.
That is a very good point. The captain did not mention it in this specific announcement, but the flight attendants will. They will say, "Please make sure all carry-on luggage is stowed securely in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you."
So my small backpack needs to go under the seat in front of me?
Yes, exactly. It cannot be on your lap or in the aisle. The aisles must be kept clear for safety.
This is making so much sense now. I am starting to see the pattern. They tell you who they are, where you are going, how long it will take, and then what you need to do to be safe.
You have summarized it perfectly. That is the basic structure of almost every welcome announcement on a plane.
So, what was the very last thing the captain said? It sounded nice.
That was the closing part of his announcement. He said, "We wish you a pleasant flight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey."
A pleasant flight. That just means a nice or enjoyable flight, right?
Yes, it is a very common and polite thing to say. And then he told us to sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey. This is also a standard phrase.
Why do they say that?
They say it to make the passengers feel comfortable and calm. After giving all the serious safety instructions, they want to end on a friendly and reassuring note. It tells you that now your job is just to be a passenger, and the crew will take care of everything else.
It is interesting how every part of the announcement has a specific purpose. It is not just random information.
Not at all. It is a very carefully written script that is designed to be clear, efficient, and reassuring. And now that you have broken it down once, you will find it much easier to understand in the future.
I really will. I feel like I have a map for the announcement now. I know what to listen for: the greeting, the flight details, the safety instructions, and the polite closing.
Exactly. And you have learned a lot of new vocabulary words too, like aboard, crew, altitude, and stow.
I have. I wrote them down in my phone's notepad. I will not forget them. Will there be other announcements during the flight?
Yes, there will be a few. The cabin crew might make announcements about turbulence or to offer food and drinks. And the captain will make another announcement about 30 minutes before we land.
What will he talk about in that announcement?
It will be very similar in structure. He will update us on the arrival time, give us the weather and temperature at the destination again, and remind us to fasten our seatbelts for landing.
So I can use what I learned today to understand that announcement too.
Absolutely. You will see how similar it is. You did a great job of listening and asking questions. I think your days of feeling nervous about in-flight announcements are over.
I think so too. Thank you so much for your help, Emma. Now I think I can actually sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey.